So recently, I've been on a shopping spree on Amazon, because, who doesn't love Amazon? And I was looking around and I was like, you know what? I want to buy myself a new PS4 controller. The one I have is a little banged up, and you know what? I've had it since pretty much the first day PS4 came out, and I decided to go with this white one. As you can tell, it's a little banged up. It's been used, wear and tear, as any other gamer. If you're using the same controller for many years, it tends to do that. So I was like, I can't put it down. It has sentimental value. So I was like, what can I do in order to fix it? And Amazon caught my interest as it always does, and it showed me spare parts to replace for PS4. When I say spare parts, I mean the buttons, the analog sticks, etc. And I got to thinking, you know what? It'd be nice if I can just retouch it, kind of like give it a whole new life. So now, as of today, I'm going to show you my purchases. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get this. Oh, look at that. There's my secondary controller. Oh, look at that. It's my old camera, because now I have a higher def. Anyway, that's besides the point. These are my purchases. Look at that. Haha. You guys are going to see me doing recording on a recording. How typical is that? Anyway, before I get sidetracked, this is what I had purchased. I bought myself a brand new skin. It's actually not that bad for 15 bucks. I found a brushed metal silver, which I probably will replace with one of my other controllers, and the original white one. Now, technically, I wanted to just renew it, give it a brand new white, make it a whole new brand new control feeling. So it came with the buttons, it came with everything, L2, R2, L1, etc, the pads, the buttons. But then something caught my interest. I was like, let's spice it up a little bit. So I dug around, and before I knew it, I found myself bullet control pads. That it looks pretty sick. It's actual. Let me pick this up here, get better lighting. It's so weird seeing that. There we go. So it's not that bad. I mean, it's dark silver. The buttons supposedly feel metallic. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try. As well as the analog, the D-pad. Analog, look at me. I'm saying analog. Why am I saying analog? I meant D-pad. So the D-pad is also a metallic feel. And then the analogs come with it. So I thought to myself, now I'm gonna put this away. Hold on a minute. And I thought to myself, let's renew a controller. And let's make something different. So the whole point of this video is to restore a beat up controller that I've had for many years, to renew it into a new one. Let's get it started. Alright, so once again, here's my old controller. Pretty beat up, well used. For as much as raging that as I've done, this isn't too bad. It's been well maintained, other than the wear and tear right here on the left analog stick. We will go ahead and restore that. Let's get it started. Alright, now here comes the difficult part. They say it's very hard to take this apart, so just do it very carefully. Go off camera for a little bit. And this is what I mean. As you can see the gap opening now. As I carefully take this apart, we don't want to do any more damage than it already has. There we go. Now, I have to take off the light, which we will do very carefully. As you can see, it's already apart. And this is going to be the most difficult part, if I recall. So, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to take off this whole cap. There we are. Safely taken off. And this is what it looks like taken apart. Now just be careful, because these are very sensitive. Um, this is my first time doing it, but I've been looking into videos about how to replace them. All right. One thing I forgot to mention: you take off the battery. There's a screw just right there in this little center right there. You're gonna want to take it apart very carefully. And there we go. Now this is pulled apart. I'm going to place the old one here on my bed. Excuse the mess. Now, as you can see, this is the original component. We're going to place this in the new one that's actually right here. We're going to give it a whole new brand new case. And the feel of it is exactly the same as the other one, which I'm very impressed. But now, instead of putting these analogs, we're going to replace them with this. Now, all you have to do is just lightly just pull it, don't yank it, and it'll come off. Now we're going to put that back here. And now we're going to try putting on the new one. That's a little tricky. There we go. Let's go on and slap on the other one. Very nice. And this is how it would look like. Make sure they're all pushed in correctly. Yes, we are good to go. Now the next part, we're going to go ahead and put on the D-pad. But first, I'm going to go ahead and start taking apart this bad boy right here. Okay. Now, you can tell it already has its own in the back, which is good. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this apart, make sure there's no screw needing. Doesn't look like it, so take this apart. Now, essentially everything is very much the same. So I don't believe I need to take anything else apart. I'm gonna go ahead and slap this bad boy. Oh, before I do, we are going to connect the D-pad here. Okay, now we're just gonna go ahead and apply this bad boy right here with its little analog buddy here. Analog buddy. So what it's gonna do is when you push it down, it'll read it more, because this plastic is necessary in order to maintain what's going on with the button mashing and everything, etc, etc. I can't find my words. Let's go ahead and put it in. Nice and easy right here. Oh my god, you know what? This feels very nice. It's not too hard and it's not too steely. Steely, look at me. Okay. And we're also going to do the same with the buttons, which the buttons will be right here once again. Dark silver bullet buttons, which actually looks pretty cool. Let's see how the feel is. Pop that sucker out. Oh, it's really stuck in there. Oh, it actually feels nice. Alright, let's go ahead and see how the other ones are. Okay, well, only way we'll find out is to see how they fit. And I guess each one has to stick out with the 9mm being down below. Yes, just like so. Give me a minute while I find this proper fit. Okay, now that I'm back, I noticed that me being a perfectionist that I am, one of the buttons is not showing 9mm directly because it is upside down. And I went with all of it, which I was a little upset about it, but you know what? I could learn to embrace it. But nonetheless, the buttons look cool. They feel nice. Let's go ahead and stick it in. Alright, now that they're all stuck in, this is how they will look. Give it a better angle. Make sure it's pushed in, has little holes, that way it can stay in there, nothing will pop out. Okay, now that's done. We're gonna go ahead and unattach the light LED with the USB to the new one. Now, this is gonna be the most trickiest part, as everything gets connected right through here, and a small connection right here to indicate that the power is on. Now, I went ahead and skipped to the part where I installed this, a little time consuming, in order to save you guys some time and effort. But once I went ahead and replaced the touchpad with the old one to the new one, as you can tell, this is what it's looking like now with the PlayStation button. Very nice. So now we're going to go ahead and connect the whole mainframe into the controller and reconnect the LEDs and the touchpad in order for them to work. And ladies and gentlemen, this is it, the final and finished product. And I can't wait to test this out. This feels already comfortable. So, I'm gonna cross my fingers. Let's hope for the best. Okay, so now I'm back, and I put on my game Division 2 that I've been playing recently with my friends. And we're gonna go ahead and connect the controller to see if everything works. I was using another one to set it up quickly, and now it's time for the switch. Connected. You got a light going on here. I'm gonna push the PS button. All right, moment of truth. Moving joystick. Wow, and it's comfortable. Like, unbelievable. I'm gonna see how the buttons respond. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. Oh yes. Oh my god, like nothing. Oh my god, this is touchpad, works perfectly well. Options button, yes. So there you go. It looks like everything is working perfectly, and I must say, it's beautiful. Let me show you. Gonna disconnect you here. Probably gonna die because the battery was very low. This, you know what? Give me a minute. I'm gonna go full screen. Okay, and this is the final showing of the new controller that was practically restored. I can't even say it because I'm in shock. It responds so well. The buttons feel comfortable. Might have to get used to since I've been used to plastic, but it has that metallic feel. And oh, look at these buttons. Look at that. Gorgeous. It's like I have to look at my computer screen because I don't want to stop looking at it. Like, unreal. And, you know, everything works, thankfully. You know, technician of my own right, of my group. And with the new case, it's quite comfortable. Now, I might feel the buttons a little loose, probably because it's still the new feel. I'm not too sure. Maybe that's like, you know, has to like readjust. I don't know. But everything looks perfectly well. It responds perfect. The analog sticks feel so comfortable. Now, the big question is, would I recommend it for you to mod your controller? Not mod hardcore, but let's just say redesign it. If you have the time and patience, yes, I highly recommend it. This is beautiful work. And, you know, this was actually debatable with between dark silver or gold, but I like dark silver, so my personal preference was, of course, going with the dark silver. Maybe the gold would have looked even more stunning, just having it pop up with the buttons, but I'm a simple kind of guy. And as well as my Amazon purchase, I actually purchased an individual faceplate, which I think I'm going to do on another video. That way you guys can see it. Something simple, something that you guys can swap out if you wanted to replace an old faceplate in order to get it a new pop. But that's going to be for another time. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. And you know what? I gotta say, I fell in love with this controller all over again. Look how beautiful that is, guys. Customizable. And you know what? It's restored. It looks brand new. I saved myself $60 from replacing old analog sticks that were beat up to new ones, which I'll admit, I do not regret buying. And again, I bought this on Amazon. The replacement parts was about 15 bucks. So it just depends on how your wallet is, if you want to do it, and if you have the time and patience to do it. I highly recommend it if you want to have something different, have it feel new again. And you know what? It makes you feel good accomplishing something that you can do yourself. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. I'm very happy with the outcome. But that's it for today, guys. My name is Akometer. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are new, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that bell. That way you guys know when my new video is up. This is it for today. Thank you guys again. This is Akometer over and out. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to play my game with my new controller.